And now, all the way from Ohio, the United States of America, we have Stacee. So let's add on Stacee. How are you, Stacee? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I am fantastic, which is surprising because I am not a morning person at all. But suddenly I am. In the past few weeks, I'm like, boing, I get right out of the bed. So I'm just super happy to be here.
Just watching you today, right now, you were a totally different person just 3 weeks ago. Now, with your permission, we shall play your video. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes, please.
Right. Okay, let's play Stacee's video.
Now my body has decided to manifest a completely new symptom that I've never had before. Like, I've had it, but it's lasted for like 10 seconds or so, and then it would go by. My wrists and my knees and my ankles feel like they're on fire. It's like a burning but radiant pain. It's like it swells. It's kind of how my other nerve pain has been. It swells and it dims like a candle flame. But man, when it swells, it's bad. I have to drive in 2 hours. I haven't posted in a while an update. I've been peeing blood since last Friday, trying to treat that on my own. I'm just kind of fed up with going to doctors trying to get answers. I need to work, but I can't. Finances are shit. My health is shit. I'm just tired of all of it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at in life. I'm going to be taking a massive break off here, at least trying to. I know I've been more quiet, but my eyes are so bad that I can't really see, so I just lay here and rot. Love you guys. Hope you have a good Christmas. Okay, bud. I'm okay. Come here. I decided to make a video tonight. I haven't made a video in a long time, and I'm having a rough night. And I feel like when I used to post all the time about my struggles, it was a lot easier to get through them. But I'm having a really hard time this week, and because I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I just tried to eat, and I ate like 3 bites, and I can't eat anymore, and I want to throw up now, and I feel awful. Okay, I didn't put any makeup on because apparently that offends people when I try to feel better, but here's my day 48 update. Tomorrow will be 7 weeks. COVID vaccine reaction number 2. So my ALT and something else was elevated on my liver, and my kidneys are in stage 2 chronic kidney disease now. My GFR is high. I am anemic. That's new. I've never been anemic in my life. This facial rash is really annoying. It gets like this, and then it blisters up, and then it crusts over, and then I have like this disgusting Parmesan cheese skin. It's really fun. I went to the dentist today for the gum bleeding, and my gums are inflamed. I'm pulling away from my back tooth, and they might have to pull my tooth. It's more good news. Today was a very rough day. Lots of bad news. I've been trying to keep it together today, but I'm struggling. Because at this point, 7 weeks in, it feels like it's never going to get better. So, thank you for all the love.
Wow, it's painful to watch. Painful to watch. And I'm sure our viewers can feel what you went through. And just to think, it was only less than a month ago.
Yeah, it'll be 4 weeks Wednesday since I've received my device.
Yeah.
The reason I got my device is because I saw Kevin's success, and actually I started researching it before I even decided to purchase it. I went and like did a bunch of digging about price, and if I figured out the technology and all of that, because that's just how I am. I wanted to know the science behind it and everything, but something in my gut told me when I saw what I consider a close friend, Kevin, and his success, like, this is it. I just felt there was something big coming. So I ordered the device. I slapped it on a credit card that I really couldn't afford. And it actually, Andrea was learning the system and accidentally shipped it from Guam. And I was devastated because I was like, it's going to take so long to get here. So they reordered one and shipped it from the US. So it got here within, I think, like a week. The day that it showed up, I had been vomiting for 8 hours. I started having these episodes this past April where I would just vomit, just retching like for hours and hours. And I was trying to work like that. It was just a horrible day when it showed up. But yeah, I had been sick for 561 days. I counted every single day because every day was just so long. And that 561st day is the day I got my wand. I was so sick that day. I really just struggled to get myself to use it, but I was like, Kevin had results, I have to do it. And all I did was my palms, the soles of my feet, and then just kind of waved all over my head. And actually my hip had been hurting me for months. So I treated my hip that night. And I woke up the next day, I felt kind of crappy, and I figured I would because there's a lot of poison in my body and I knew that. So I just kind of rested, and then I did my second session that night, about 15 minutes, did the same thing, my hip, which had already been like 50% free of pain, actually. So I did it again that night. And then on the third day, I woke up and 80% of the symptoms that I had been experiencing for the 561 days just lifted. And I sat on the edge of my bed and I sobbed because, like Kevin had stated, it does something with your mind where you just don't feel like you're yourself anymore, and somebody else is in control of your vessel. And I would tell people that was actually, it was my second shot that made me sick. Within an hour, I was very acutely ill. And I actually left my body. Like, I felt myself leaving my body. I got really bad tunnel vision. I began to become so dizzy I couldn't turn my head. If I closed my eyes, I would vomit. Just really awful. Actually, one of the most horrifying symptoms I had in the beginning was my mouth, my gums would just bleed, and I would have blood, and I would just be spitting out mouthfuls of blood because if I swallowed it, it would make me sick. And that's actually the first thing that prompted me to go to the hospital the first time. And that was the first time that I was told that I needed to see a psychiatrist and lose some weight. And then it was 561 days of that. I saw 24 specialists total that told me I needed to lose weight and that I needed a psychiatrist, and that this was all in my head. Even though I had seen the MRI of my brain was covered in lesions, dozens of lesions that were not there previously, because I had had an MRI in the past for a head injury in 2014, and there was nothing there except for where I hit my head. So yeah, just all these things. And I went to TikTok when I got sick because I didn't have anybody else to talk to, and nobody was talking about it. And I wanted people to know what was happening to me. And my story exploded from there. And then they shut me down and silenced me and hid me. That was, I think, a year ago. The TikTok shut me down. And yeah, it's been more of that since. Everywhere I've tried to post my story, they shut me down, they silenced me. So to be here today and share my story with a company that's not hiding me and why I got sick, and also feeling so well, is just, it's unbelievable. It's really hard to watch that footage of me sick, more so because not only can I see how sick I was, because look at the difference. This is just barely over 3 weeks of using the device. That I had so many specialists look at me in that condition and tell me that nothing was wrong. And that's, I think, the worst part, is that how could anyone look at me in that condition and keep telling me that it was in my head? So I'm so glad to know that it wasn't.
If I may, I thought I saw one video of you, like you were on the brink of even taking your own life.
Yeah, that's
you wanted to end it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing this for the rest of my life the way I was. I couldn't imagine doing it for another second. And I was fighting and clawing and trying to get help, and nobody was hearing me. Everybody abandoned me in my life. I've lost relationships with my friends, my family, because of how I got sick. And there was really just nothing to go and live for. I was watching my son watch me suffer, which was affecting him, which was killing me. And I couldn't do it. The only thing that kept me here was my son. I was so close. So close. And that was just a week before I saw Kevin's results. So I'm so grateful that I did it, and that this device has turned my life around completely. It is a miracle.
Well, wow. Very powerful. And
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that you and Kevin have both recovered.
Yes.
Within such a short period of time. I mean, that's
Yes.
it's just
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
And many people who will be watching this, hopefully they will give themselves the opportunity to get better again.
Yes.
And wow, I'm just speechless, Normally I talk a lot, but today I'm just I don't know what to say, I mean, you guys said it all. It's just good to bring let me just bring Kevin and Andrea together with you right now. I think
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk together, and
Okay. We talk a lot now. We're business partners.
let's talk, let's smile, let's laugh, let's be happy,
Yes, very much.
Your stories are really powerful, and Andrea, you are a very strong woman to stand by your man, to record him and seeing him. Wow. It's a wow, really.
It wasn't an easy road. It was very hard to watch him struggle.
Very
But
hard.
even in his worst moments, I remember him saying, I hope a child never has to go through this.
Yes.
And in the midst of his seizures, he would look at me and say, I don't know what my purpose is, but I know that there's going to be a purpose after this is over.
Wow.
Wow.
Very powerful.
I'm you know what, I'd like to share a new thing that's kind of happened too, that's quite a benefit to me and my family too. I don't just walk, and I don't just kind of stand up. At times I can jog. and
I love that.
Yeah. Send me videos.
I have my children have a new respect for me because I can catch them again. So and I had a quick chit chat with my son the other day, and this would be my youngest boy, and I said to him, we were walking from the truck to the house, and it's not that far, but it's far enough for him to recognize that I'm not bouncing off of something to get there. And I turned to him because I was actually in front of him this time, and usually it's the opposite, right? I'm usually clear my path. And I turned around and I looked at him and I said, did you ever think you'd see this again? And, I could see the sincerity in a child, right? And it was simple. It was, no, I didn't. And the thankfulness just through that moment was yet another moment to build in getting healthier. So, I mean, this wand has done a lot of stuff instantly for us. It's fixed a lot of things. I actually have changes in my blood as well. My markers following up with my doctor. So that's already been proven. And I also have an MRI at the end of the month with signatures. So it's also going to either deny them of what they promised me, which was progression of my lesions on my brain, as well as my small vessel disease. The prognosis really wasn't good. It was very much setting me up for losing. And A, I wouldn't give up, and B, if you have the right tools and the right inside the right body, you're going to win. And thanks to Prife, because there's not a doctor out there that had this for me.
Wow. I guess you're gonna disappoint the doctors.
Hey, you know what? I will tell you one thing. When I went to my doctor last time, and I won't use her name, but I'd love to. She mentioned that she wanted to discuss my blood work, and my blood work. I had an extremely overreactive thyroid that happened through all this. It's just one of the issues, and my thyroid marker was up to 13, and it was supposed, I believe, below 4. And after we started this new regime of pills, it brought it down to 7.6. And the last time that I had blood work done, which was only a week after drinking the water and using the wand, it's down to 1.7.
Wow.
So I don't bleed out anymore. If I scratch myself, I was bleeding profusely. I don't bleed anymore. So that's, that's repaired. I don't have sores all over my face anymore. So now I have to pick on my wife instead of my face.
You know what? I think
it just goes on and on.
Pretty soon you're gonna look younger.
Yeah.
Because
And you know what? A lot of people are saying that. I don't even have as much gray hair.
so there you go. Well, this is only the beginning of your journey at Prive International, and we cannot thank you enough for coming forward with your stories